Hey, 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 welcome back to the Virgo Channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Now that energy is fluid, interpret the message as it best resonates with you. All right. Now, if you're new to the channel, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you find in the description box. And if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you gotta like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in the comment bar. The word of the video is always the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. It's where spirit tells me that it's a good place to start the reading, right? Um, all right, let's see what that underlining energy is. I want to thank everybody for supporting the channel, by the way. And I love all your comments and love it that you guys are interactive. All right. Just want to put that out there. Attachment, dependency, addiction, attachment. I feel like you're connected to someone that doesn't know how to be in a relationship. The only type of connection that they know how to be in is an attached one. So this is why they're commitment phobic, because every relationship that they have is it winds up disastrous because it winds up toxic. Um, your person doesn't know why they can't be in successful relationships. They do feel the connection with you, but it's almost like they've gone through a really tumultuous breakup. And I feel like there's a part of them that is like, I like you, but I don't trust myself. And I can't go through what I keep going through. It's like I'm the main equation in every scenario with relationships with myself, and they all wind up horribly. So they're starting to look at themselves. They're starting to look at their behaviors. And the thing is, I feel like you met this person when they were at the tail end of a relationship. And I feel like they pretended that they were already single, and they weren't because they form attachments. So their way of when a relationship is over, they just bail. They don't say anything. It's almost like it always winds up toxic. So it's your person winds up getting into another relationship, and that's how the person knows that the relationship's over. So it creates a lot of animosity, and there is a lot of animosity during the relationship because your person feels as if they have to always become someone else to maintain their relationship. So they haven't healed. And so again, they do feel a connection with you, but they're like, I really do have feelings for you, where I feel like this person at one time they had feelings for that person, but it's been a long time since they had feelings for that person. And they see how messed up their life is because, of course, the person that they were dealing with, again, also knows that they weren't really romantically involved with your person for a long time. They were existing together. And in the existing process, that karmic felt like they sacrificed a lot. And so there was a lot of pent up anger with both your person and that karmic. So when it finally ended, it was like an explosion. An explosion, like any ugly thing that could have been said was said, any manipulative thing to hold each other up was done. It was a one-up game. Like it was a I'm gonna bring you down. And so your person really couldn't even think about you during that time. And now there's a sense that they're out of it, but they're numb. They're numb. So it's like they have feelings, but there's a part of them that says, maybe I should be by myself for a little while and see like how I'm feeling. And so, like you said, that they do only or have a type of attachment relationships which wind up toxic. And I also feel like this person doesn't just have those type of relationships, but they have attachments in other areas of their life. Like they don't feel confident within themselves, which is why they have codependent relationships. But I feel like they suffer a lot from anxiety. So they drink a lot to suppress their feelings. And if it's not drinking, it's pot in order to suppress. Where it's actually a natural way, like they're a functioning alcoholic or they're a functioning like pot smoker. Like they don't fall asleep after they smoke there because they do it so much and it's almost like really is considered to be their medicine. So there's a part of this person, like I said, that has feelings. It's not like they don't, but if you're wondering, like, does this person think about how they treated me? I feel like no. Does this person think about anything? They're numb. They're like thawing out from whatever they just went through. They met you on, like I said, like as they were ending that past relationship, they acted like they were already single. They weren't already single. That's why they were in and out, bobbing back and forth within your life, where you're like, this person has commitment issues. They have commitment issues because their relationships always wind up toxic. But they didn't really have commitment issues with you. I feel like the person that they were dealing with knows who they are and knows that there must be someone else because your person's very codependent. They need to have someone. And so they were trying to trick them up, meaning like hold them up. So there's all this energy. So let's look at the hidden truths first to see what your person really thinks and feels about you. Because I feel like they do have feelings. I just feel like they can't deal with it right now. I am not available. That's saying. And they are not available because they emotionally wouldn't be able to deal with the relationship. That's why, like, I feel like there's a part of this person that you might not even feel them. I don't react when people mention you. Yeah, they don't know what they're gonna do. And that's the thing. It's like I feel like they know that they didn't end this relationship properly. If it kind of feel like they left you hanging, to be honest with you, because in their mind the relationship was over. So they really thought that they were gonna start something with you, and maybe not a full-blown real relationship, but they would have given you time. This person wound up not being able to give you any time because that person, that karmic person had a lot of animosity and roped them back in and like through like manipulation. And so like your thing never got off the ground with them. So they never really apologized and never gave you an explanation. They never really said anything to you. That's why I felt and felt that before. And so they don't react when people mention you because they don't want there to be any gossip. They don't know what they're going to do. They also don't want to feel like they're on a time schedule. They don't know what they're feeling from one second to the next. I want to feel that way again. They know that they want to feel that connection again with you, but there's a sense that they don't know whether they can because of the trauma that they just went through. And I feel like they will be able to, but there's a sense of wanting to feel like comfortable. This person felt like they could be themselves around you. There was, almost like a high school love, like a giddy type of love, like it was pure, it was innocent. And it was like they want to feel that again. Their relationships are not innocent. I feel their relationships are toxic because they're built mainly on attraction and passion, like in the bedroom. And and then what happens is that your person doesn't build any type of an emotional connection to those people that they're with. And then what happens, it's like, after a while when you are with somebody, and if it's just built on attraction, is the attraction fades because there's nothing else. When you fall in love with someone, you fall in love with them for who they are. This person actually loves you for who you are, where it's like where normally they don't have that. Like you said, it goes from really hot and steamy to like cold and angry because you have to be in a relationship for a certain amount of time to form an emotional connection. And when you're with somebody that has an emotional connection, you can tell they want to do things for you. They want to do things with you. Your person, once they're like have that passion, everything, it goes to cold where they don't want to nurture the connection. They don't even want to be with that person. So the person that they're with feels abandoned. And that's the attachment. And that's why it goes so toxic. So I feel like though they know that you're different, there is a sense that they don't trust themselves. So that's why, again, I believe the higher self, which is of unconditional love, is where that knowing is, right? That intuitive, like you feel that knowing in the gut, this person knows that you're someone that's important to them, but there's still the ego part of self that is like, I'm unsure. I'm unsure of myself. I don't trust myself. I wonder if you're happy without me. So again, if you're wondering if this person still thinks about you, they do. I'm going to pull just one more. I wish I could share my good news with you. So I feel like they are making changes in their life. It's like that. Like one is that they wish they could tell you, like, I'm really gone from that karma. Because I think that they know that that, if they haven't followed through or that they didn't follow through, that they got caught up in that divorce. I just feel like they weren't 100% honest in when they said that they were going to get the divorce. So I want to look at the triggers and just see what comes out. Past, I had a hard time letting go of the past and the fears associated with it, so they manifest in chaos in relationships. So this is your person, and this is also like why their relationship, like you said, that's confirmation. I just was called to pull that and I didn't know why, and that just, I guess it's just confirmation. So let's see what else, like what this person's gonna do. That they're gonna do, because right now what it shows is they're not really gonna do anything because there's a part of them that feels like they need healing, which is actually a really good thing. But it also means that the last person that they were with messed them up really bad. I'm going through a dark night of the soul. Nothing in my life is making sense. And like I said, this person is going through the dark night of the soul because I feel like, again, when their relationship was over, they should have left it be over. They let that karmic rope them back in, and then whatever happened, like it was like, that karmic tricked them and like into giving them their money and to like making it really difficult for them to leave. I don't know how they did it, but it's again, they did it. And so the karmic mainly did it to ruin their life because they didn't want to be with them. They were like, and it was obvious. The karmic is like one of those people that's like, gave their time, gave their energy to a point where they self-sacrificed. And then to be with someone for all that time that emotionally was checked out. Your person checked out. They didn't weren't emotionally there. So that karmic was like the least that you could do was make sure that you pay, at least that you took care of me, at least that whatever it looked like from the outside, that I'd have my dignity, that I'd have, where now you don't want to be with me on top of it. It's like, so you're leaving me with that? So that's why the karmic roped them back in and was like, oh no, I'm gonna fuck you up. And that's exactly what happened. That's why your person's going through a dark night of the soul. So they're thinking about everything. And like I said, there's a part of them that needs to go through that in order to see why they, form attachments to begin with. Because this is not the first time that this has happened. That's why, again, with you, yeah, they have feelings, but look at everything that's going on. We can see why this person would be so torn. But love always prevails. I know this is more than a relationship and that there is a higher purpose to our connection. And I do believe that too. But I don't think that you guys can be together until this person like paid for what they did, kind of to be with a karmic that you don't really want to be with, but you're letting them, do everything and be there in your life and, and then not be there for this person. Well, there's consequences for that, for not being in your truth, even though it was comfortable. See, it was comfortable for your person to stay in that, even though they didn't want to be with that person. So I feel like they were living very compartmentalized. And I do feel like when they met you, they said that that was over because it was. It was just almost like the day that your person talked to you, it was like within a day or 24 hours later that that karmic roped them back in. So it was really fast. And that's why your person has thought about you this whole time. And that's another thing that why the karmic is so angry. The karmic is so angry because it's like, I know you're still thinking about this. Whoever is there, that's why, again, that karmic kept tripping them up, like making them like not be able to leave. Whether that was, you have to pay for, part of the house, or you need to come up with money to buy me out of the house or whatever assets that they had. And you know your person didn't have that, the money didn't have certain resources, so like they just stayed. And but then they stayed checked out, which made the karmic pissed off, because like I think that during that time the karmic was like, I'm gonna try and get you to stay, come back to me. And what happened was your person was like, I don't want to stay in this, I don't want to be with you. And that made the karmic so angry and so jealous, because again, of everything I've given to you, I've sacrificed everything, and now you're gonna like ruin what my life looks like. It's more or less not even like the love, because that karmic does not love your person anymore. It's an attachment. So there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of resentment. There might be some, I don't want to say love, but more familiarity, because we've been together for so long and it's comfortable. But it's comfortable being in what's uncomfortable, because I emotionally don't get what I need. So it's again like there's a part of your, this person, this karmic, that is so angry because they're like, I compromised myself. I compromised to live like this. And in the end, for what? You're not giving me anything. I'm realizing that this connection is something special and worth treasuring. So again, I feel like the crazy thing is the karmic did a lot of things to trip your person up, but all that really did was make your person realize, no, I really want to be with, you. Really want to be with the Virgo. I really want to be with the Virgo, because the Virgo is not up my ass. There's no attachment here. There's no controlling. I don't feel guilty, because that karmic makes them feel guilty. Like, I've done this, I've done that, I've been there. I helped build you, whatever they're saying. I gave you children for some I've made you this home, I've helped you create your life. How could you walk away from it? You're such a bad father, you're so selfish. So there's a part of your person that, like I said, had a low self-esteem before. And I feel like this karmic for a long time kept your person having a low self-esteem. And that's why they're like, I want to feel that way again with you because it was easy. I felt comfortable. I didn't feel guilty. You're your own person. Like the karmic is like, you owe me your life. And anyone would feel that if they sacrificed as much as the karmic did, right? We are one. Don't let fear get in the way of this truth. And so, again, this is what your person feels is like, which is what they're saying to themselves. Like, this is like, we're one. Like, I'm not going to let fear get in the way of this truth. And fear is this karmic. This fear is everything that this karmic says that they're going to do to me. And they did it. And they did it. Because your person's going through a dark night of the soul right now because nothing makes sense because their life isn't what their life is anymore. And they're like, how did this person ruin my life? And why did they? It's like they don't understand. And that's because the karmic just couldn't take it anymore, couldn't take the fact that they were losing grips, that they could no longer manipulate and hold your person down. It was like, you can to what your person was saying is like, you can take my money, you can destroy my life, but I'm still not going to be with you. And that inevitably is what made that karmic so angry. Even though your person didn't say that, they were saying that by just living there and not contributing, not making it like a relationship, like, almost like you want to manipulate me, you want to hold me up, you want to play these games, then fine, but I'm not gonna start dating you and be nice to you and do things with you like we're a family, which is what the karmic depth is so angry. They're like, I know there's got to be somebody else. There's somebody else. And there's a sense that your person doesn't want to be in an attached type of relationship. That's why they're like with you, Virgo. They say, I know I could be in a relationship with this person. You feel comfortable to me. And they don't realize that it's just because you're not codependent. At one time, your person was codependent, and that's the problem. They are no longer codependent because I feel as if they've, built a business, like bought a few homes, did things that forced them to evolve in certain areas of their life. So their vibration is actually a lot higher, but being that they've been connected to this karmic for so long that, and not really happy, not living to their full potential, being held back because, again, of this attachment, well, it's like it was time. It was time. That's why your person's like, I really, again, have an attraction for you. I miss you. Let's both stop running away. And I feel like for a long time, your person like avoided you. Like and then what would happen is they didn't give you what you needed. So then you obviously also emotionally shut down. So it's like this person misses you and they're hoping that if they come back and talk to you and and apologize and explain to you what happened, that maybe that there's going to be enough unconditional love that this connection can actually survive everything. Sometimes I feel like you're speaking to me in my head. At times it triggers me because I wonder how much you can see into me. Again, they feel like they feel that spiritual connection, right? So there is that sense of always unconsciously looking for you everywhere. Everything reminds this person of you because they miss you. And so subconsciously, like I said, they're looking for you everywhere. And then the thing is that they resonate with a lot of songs and music and just all of it. So of course, it's the way that the universe speaks to them. This is a divine connection, and your person is kind of like asking the universe, like, I don't know how to navigate this relationship because I don't know how to navigate relationships. Obviously, look at the relationships that I create. Look at what that past person did to me because I made them so angry in the relationship. So there's a sense of, even though they don't trust themselves and they also don't know, they needed time to process their own feelings after this turbulent breakup that they just had because they're going through the dark night of the soul. They are asking, they're asking spirit, they're asking the universe for help. And so there's a calmness that they feel with this connection. I feel like what happens is their own mind, their own ego gets in the way, which happens with trauma, right? When we go through traumatic experiences, we get anxiety, and then we're actually trying to figure out things before they happen. And that's what really gives us anxiety instead of just being in the moment. And so your person tries to get answers from the universe. And what happens is that they hear, like through music and through just seeing signs and synchronicities, that is the way that the universe is navigating them to help with your relationship. And I feel like the music that they hear is loving music, is music they feel like you said, a connection to you, like as if things that you might say to them or things that they want to say to you, or is how they feel right now, or how they imagine you're feeling right now. So there's again a sense of this person really moving into the, the imagination, the spiritual realm per se. And this person's not a spiritual person. This person's not really a religious person. And what we see is that it is like making them look for a bigger thing, bigger than themselves, which is to me another way the divine tends to bring us to our own healing. Sometimes the divine knows that that person won't do the healing or doesn't even know where to begin with the healing, but that the healing begins through a divine relationship. And I feel like that's why your person has a calling, that they feel like you're supposed to be with them. That's their calling. Like their calling is, I'm supposed to be with you. It's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with you, but I know um, it feels right. It doesn't feel like this attachment. Like I said, and what's so crazy is that karmic, just everything that they tried to do is they were really trying to like hold your person up, but every time they did, it just made them want you more, just think about you more, which frustrated the karmic even more. So imagine like this going on for months, because this is how long the karmic kept holding them up, possibly even a year. For some, it's a few months. For some, it's years. Like literally, there's a lot of anger where it's like the karmic's like, I want to destroy you. I want to destroy you. We were talking, things just come out of my mouth, and afterwards I'm not even realizing why I say them. So it's again, your person feels so comfortable to share that they're like usually on guard, usually have to watch everything, especially with that karmic, right? And so here it is. It's like sometimes I say things and stuff just comes out, and I'm like, why did I tell you? And it's because they feel comfortable and they want to feel comfortable. to be themselves. They want to be comfortable to not feel responsible for someone else. They don't want to feel guilt anymore. They want to just be their own person. And so that attachment that doesn't really allow them to do that. It's like, and so they're breaking away from it. They broke away from it, you know. But I feel like you said it's a turbulent. They're in a space of healing, but even with all their healing, they're like, I know, like I don't know how it's gonna look, but I know I want to come back into your life. I feel abandoned. I often feel like others let me down, and this is again, that's their own healing. Um, Surrender brings us together faster than resistance. So again, this person knows that it's their own sense, but they're going to need to be able to surrender because that their own resistance, but they know why they do it. It's because they feel like all other relationships wind up abandoning them. And not just abandoning them, but like sabotaging. This relationship didn't just abandon, it sabotaged. I've been learning about twin flames and it feels right to me. So it's again, they're like trying to figure out what kind of connection that this is for them. Because I think that it's not that easy to leave a relationship like the one that your person is left. And not even leaving, they left. That's why they're going through that dark night of the soul. Or if they didn't leave, they left. I feel like they left or on their way to leaving, but they've, like I said, it's a done deal. That's why again your person's going through this dark night of the soul, and they were like, I'm still thinking about you. You know, I can't believe I'm still thinking about you after everything that transpired within my life. And so they're trying to figure out why almost, what makes you so different. Don't listen to other people, trust yourself to know the truth. This person is trying to like not listen to anyone else also because I'm sure everyone's going to tell this person to date 1,000 people or not date anyone at all or not. Maybe again, some people don't like who you are, again, not know who you are or perceive you to be a certain way. So it's something that they know that they have to get strong within themselves to not listen to other people. And they're also hoping that whatever judgments you may hear about them, again, because that karmic, I think, said a lot of, talked a lot of crap about your person because they were so angry. So, there's a lot of people that have opinions, don't listen. I think that your person that has anxiety about that, like you may listen to what someone may tell you about them and not like them anymore. Like that karmic may say that, your person's a cheater. It's again where I feel like they were a cheater to the karmic. They didn't want to be with that karmic. I feel like your person felt like they were actually doing them a favor by saying, well, I'm with you. I don't love you, but it's like, I love you where I'll take care of you. But but after a while, they didn't even want to do that. And the karmic was like, after a while, they were like, no, that's still not enough for me. It's like, I actually want the whole kit and caboodle. And I feel like I should have it because, you've been with me. We've created this life. It's like, and for this long, but they've lived detached for a long time. So it's almost like the karmic knew there was someone else and was like, oh, wait a minute, it's okay. Like if it was going to be random, but there is literally somebody else that you have feelings for. And I don't know whether your person might have even told that karmic. Hey, listen, I have feelings for someone else, because at one time the connection was amicable. Even though there was no uh, romance, it was amicable, where the karmic felt like eventually they could get this person to fall in love, or just love them for the nostalgia that they created together. And that's that, like, again, that's not going to override unconditional love. That's not going to override a twin flame connection. I feel like this connection with your person had to come to an end, like everything that's not built on truth. And so what happened is you came along, and you know that karmic thought, well, even if we are going to separate, you'll still see me because we have an attachment. And what your person was like, no, I'm actually meant someone else. I want to pursue this connection. And then that karmic was like, oh, the hell you are. You're not going to be happy and leave me, like, after everything. Like, it was almost like the karmic was delusional, thinking, we're going to be separated, but I'm still going to be in your life. So, like, and that's why I'm saying, like, it's a lot of what your person did was based on manipulation from the karmic. I'm conflicted about whether I have what it takes to be your partner. And again, I feel like that's this person's insecurity, and that's because the karmic always tells them that they're a piece of crap. Whatever you just cleared, help me to shift it to. So again, this person still feels, again, your connection. And so I feel like there's a twin flame connection. So I feel like sometimes you are like, I don't want to be with you. And other times you're like, I do want to be with you. And it's all over, because twin flame relationships you can't control. It's like that's your opposite. So they wouldn't handle things the way that you would. They wouldn't deal with life the way you would. And ironically, a lot of times you will have the same wounds. So again, coming into your life to balance out your energy, to help you integrate your spiritual wounds. That's why a soulmate twin flame comes into your life. So understand they can feel whatever you're feeling. So I feel like you're not really angry anymore, because you're able to see, well, this person did whatever they needed to do. I mean, it's like they were coming to me. They got manipulated. And would I, you know, walk away from all my money? Would I let someone manipulate me to steal my money, or to, like, scare me with my kids, or whatever, however that karmic was able to manipulate? It was like your person made the wrong assumption of thinking that the karmic was going to be their friend, where they shared too much. But I think your person was trying to be honest with them, and they always, navigated the home and everything else like they were friends. That's the problem. It's like your person trusted the wrong person, didn't really see the truth. It kind of was lying to themselves, saying, well, that's the karmic is just, they're my friend. It's okay that it's over. We're both going to go our separate ways. And the karmic was like hell you are. You're not going to go off and live happily ever after. Well, I sacrificed while I was here with you. I realize that we've been living separate, but it doesn't matter to me. I'll be damned if you're going to, like, go on after I did that and share your life and be happy with someone else. What we are experiencing is a part of a larger collective clearing. Don't feel alone, because others are healing too. So your person is realizing, like, again, that they're clearing. And part of clearing is, like, having to go through a dark night of the soul, having to, like, you know, to release karmics, to release attachments, so that they can be clear conduit for spirit to work through at this point, to be able to experience unconditional love. to be of love. This person feels as if they're supposed to do something with you because, again, they think that you're their twin flame. There's a sense of this is a greater thing. And it's a greater thing because I feel you and I can never really feel before. It's like also I'm willing to leave this karmic and look at the karmic create a lot of shit to prevent your person from moving forward. And they're like, I still am thinking. I don't know whether I have what it takes to be with you. So again, there is some insecurity, but this person can't help themselves. They still are like, I don't know, but I know that I don't want to be with you to the karmic. And it's like, so regardless of whether or not your person comes back today, tomorrow, or next week, they don't know. They just know that they're in this healing process and that they know that you're part of that. They know that they want you in their life. They just don't know what it's going to look like, what that is, because they're still healing. However, what they do know for sure is that they don't want that karmic in their life, that they don't want to be in another attached type of relationship. And I feel like that was really what this person was like realized in the end. They were like, I always knew that, you know, the karmic and the Virgo were two totally different people. But I didn't really understand why I have such a desire to be with the Virgo when the Virgo is not the person that does everything for me. The person that does everything for me is the karmic. And so there was a loyalty for a long time that your person felt, but then they got to a point of being like, wait a minute, that karmic does everything as a way to staple their self into my life. And this is an attachment where now I feel responsible and I'm guilted. And every time I try to even access like my own free will just a little bit, that karmic is right there stopping me, really suffocating me at this point because they know I don't want to be with them. So, and they can feel that there's someone else there, which is making them more crazy, which is making them like tie the noose even tighter, which is making me want to run even more, which is what your person is saying, which is what created that whole thing. But all through it, like your person's like, but I still have feelings for you and I'm still thinking about you. This is how I know you're my person because you're not here calling me, you're not guilting me, you're not making me, you're like wherever you are, living your life and looking good doing it. So this is again the realization. So we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? We know that they're coming back, we just don't know when. So we have to say physical touch. I always associate this with not getting the emotional support, right? Because this person like emotionally really couldn't be with you. And they really couldn't be with you because again of that karmic. But during that time, it means that you would have had to have given it to yourself. And that's what I think that this person noticed. They were like, you did it for yourself. So you might have actually had the same wound as that karmic. The only difference is that instead of you holding on to your person, you put the energy into yourself emotionally. And that is ironically what made you so attractive and was a deal breaker for your person. Be like, no, I know that the Virgo's the person that I'm supposed to be with. Two came out because again, belittled and misunderstood. So again, almost like the same thing, feeling like you're not important. Someone that's belittled is someone that is made to feel stupid, made to feel like, again, and almost like that also made you feel not understood. So I feel like you're someone that's different. And so you could be someone that's very sensitive. You could be someone that's very psychic. You could be someone that's, again, just a free spirit that you always taught, um, oh, you're flighty, or oh, you're just so silly, or like, being treated as if you're like an airhead, like you don't really know what you're thinking, or like you're not strong within yourself, even if you are strong within yourself. It's that people don't perceive that, so you're often misunderstood. Um, so, and almost where it translates to you can't trust yourself, where I feel like because it's when you emotionally don't get what you need, um, we have to figure out, well, why? Why aren't I emotionally? I mean, the child self is that's what the child self does, tries to figure it out. And this is because I'm different, because I am different and you are different. Like from, that karmic. Like I said, I feel like you're someone that does beat to your own drum, that you are a free spirit, that you do put your energy and time into yourself. And that takes courage, that takes tenacity, and these are all the things that, like I said, is very refreshing to your person. It's what makes your person feel like they could actually be in a connection with you and not run from the connection. So, like I said, this person like knows what they want. Again, like I pulled another card and look at the card that came out, twin flame, literally. So it's like, that they're not really going to be able to control what they do, right? It's again, twin flame relationship. That's what it means. It means that like this person, like there's so much passion and love, but there's a lot of fire. That's what passion is, fire, to transmute the wounds. And like I said, if you emotionally didn't get what you need and you saw yourself as different, and this person is with a karmic that emotionally they weren't getting what they needed, well, again, there's that connection. And then there's also the sense of why do we even form attachments? Well, your person formed attachments because they didn't feel good about themselves, right? They didn't feel strong about themselves. They've often felt like they're misunderstood. And when they're misunderstood, they're belittled, and that wore away at their self esteem. So emotionally, they didn't get what they needed. So they learned to departmentalize. And so here it is that you have this connection with them. And even though that they're like, wow, I'm going through a dark night of soul, they have this awareness. So, like I said, I feel like they know that they're eventually going to come back, but they know that they need the healing first. So only thing that we can ask is, well, what other energy can we pull in to, if we decide to be with this person when they come back? What should we, what other tidbit of information should we know or to try to incorporate? And let's see, goodness, I refine my character and overcome difficulties with remaining positive. I calm my heart and illuminate my intellect to transform shadow into light. So again, transforming shadow into light, we know that your twin flame is what triggers every single wound that you have. It makes you, this type of relationships makes you step into the best version of yourself. And it does so because, again, you love the person with unconditional love. Like you can't control the fact that you love this person. It's just is. You can't control the fact that you desire this person, even though they make you mad. It's like the connection is so strong. And the reason why is because it's a divine connection. That the divine has brought this person into your life to help you to heal through the fact of unconditional love. You have unconditional love for the person that's triggering those things inside of you. And they love you regardless of those things. So it's to teach you that you too can love those parts of those, access those parts of you, and love those parts of you just the same without even having that person trigger them. And a lot of times your twin flame will have the same wounds as you do. They do not handle them the same way. Their gifts are different. They contribute to the relationship much different. Actually, they feel as if they're your other half because their gifts are where your wounds are. So it's where you feel that those parts of you were defective. Your person will feel like those are the best parts of myself. So through the divine union, they help teach and love. And they do so by not just the essence of passion and physically, emotionally, because that's what physical is, the emotional connection of the twin flame connection, but also through the transmutation of the wounds through the art of birthing something, creating something, doing something together. And that is the connection that was actually strong enough to get your person to cut this karmic connection. And that's why that karmic mate is there beside themselves, because they've been manipulating for a very long time. They've always won. They've all their little games and tricks have always, and it finally came to a stop. But that's because collectively we're all coming into a place where whatever's not working in our lives really has to like be cleared. It really needs to be cleared so that spirit can really work through us at this time. We're evolving. We're evolving, and it's a turbulent experience, and it's a turbulent one because there was a lot of things, not just within our own lives personally, but obviously collectively, that were out of balance, that are out of balance, and things get worse before they get better. So that's why I'm saying your person's going through a dark night of the soul where they're actually feeling like it's like the end of the world, their life. And I'm not talking about with that karmic, but all the things that they had that they lost, their assets, and whatever else that karmic did, the ending of friendships, the ending of a lot where your person's saying, I don't even recognize my own life. I have to fix my own life before I can actually come back into your life so that I don't lose myself, so I don't form an attachment with you, and to really do the healing. And so I believe when this person comes back, at least they'll come back healed and ready to be in this twin flame connection. All right, I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. You let me know whether you resonated. I know that this one was a long one, but I'm not in charge of how long that they are. You let me know whether or not it was too long. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.